My name is Joel Larson. I am the leader of our 423 group here at North Point Church, and I'm going to tell a little bit about my story and how I got here. Thinking about my story, it's really interesting because a lot of people have basically the same story, and mine is not much different than what a lot of people experience. So I discovered porn when I was probably in first or second grade. I just remember a few instances in my childhood of hiding it from my parents, of hiding it from my friends. I would have cycles then of getting caught and stopping that behavior for a little while, and then eventually weeks, months later going back in and figuring out how to hide it a little bit more, and then get caught again in a different way, and then go back in, figure out how to hide it a little more, and having a lot of shame around that even as a young child, that a kid as young as me could already be interested in like sexual content and looking for sexual gratification that early, but I already was. At the time, I wasn't very good at hiding it, and they would, get angry with me and punish me for doing that and say, oh, you shouldn't be doing this is bad, whatever. And I don't know what they were feeling or what they were thinking. I can't imagine at this point being an adult, but so I had that cycle go for probably all the way till 8th grade. I think I got caught again, and then I realized like, hey, I need to tell somebody else about this other than my parents, because I can't have, obviously my parents are not gonna help me be accountable or whatever. I just wanna hide from them. I don't wanna tell them anything. During a conference, I kinda had a come to Jesus moment, and I confessed. Some accountability came out of that, and some talks with some mentors, and I had some good relationships with people, and I'd have this, then I started this kind of accountability cycle, I'll say, where I would then have somebody that I was talking to, and I had, we were back and forth. Oh, I messed up this week. Oh, well, here's what we can do. Let's have lunch regularly. We'll talk about it. And eventually I would start hiding from this person. I'd start lying to them, or start taking away, not telling the truth, meeting less. And then we'd kind of grow a little bit apart. And I felt like it had already been an acceptable amount of time, like I should be better by now. And I would say, oh yeah, I'm doing fine, whatever. And then go back into this pattern of relapse and going back to porn and going back to sexual imagery. And that cycle basically happened all the way through high school and then going into college. And throughout that, I had a lot of various times of confession where I might have a few months, but really that was just my life for, honestly, the last 10 years now. What am I, 25? And I probably started that when I was 14, so 11 years. And so we moved to Iowa 2 years ago now. And about a year ago, I decided I need help. I have a community, but not really talking to them about this. I went to one of our pastors a year ago and I said, hey, do you guys have anything for guys struggling with porn? Because I am, and I'm sure there's more than one of us. Our pastor recommended 423. So we're like, okay, yeah, let's do it. That sounds fantastic. That sounds great. I don't know what that is yet, but let's do it. And so we, 3 months now, I think, of doing our 423 group, and it has been very, very transformative for me and for a lot of the guys that are coming to the group. And that, I think that piece has been the most powerful and transformative part of my journey with 423, is actually having a group of people that accept me for who I am and that want to be there for me along the journey, to be there for me, to help me along, to help me get healthy, to help me figure out how to mend and transform my marriage so that it is as good as it possibly can be, to help me to get closer with God and understand who God is, and understand how to act within his kingdom and how to act within his church and how to help other brothers. Every single guy in there is so pumped about what's happening and about seeing this ministry expand to all of Des Moines. Like we can see what God is doing, and we can see the impact that this is having on our lives, and we just are yearning for it to go and impact other people around this community. We know that there are a lot of guys in our church that need this ministry.